Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel, Dream of Crafts. My name is Deanna and today we're going to start tutorial number 3 for my Kohen mini album. And we are going to start on the back side of our first page. So I'm going to call this page 1, 2. This is going to be very simple for right now. We're going to add other things later. I'm waiting for some product to arrive so that I can do my top decorating, but that's not a big deal because we're not doing a lot of decorating yet. So you're going to have one piece that is 4.5 inches high by 9.5 inches wide, and you're going to score 1/2 inch on each end. This is going to be a pocket for right down here. So let's go ahead. Oh, and I finally found my glue the other day. It had rolled off the other side of my table, the only place I didn't look. So now I've got 2 bottles open. Right. We're going to run a bead of glue right along the bottom edge here. Maybe I can get my steady hand here. There we go. And I seen those little plugs the other day that people are using to keep their glue bottles closed. It's the knitting needle little covers. And I had them in my hand, but I thought I'd better wait to find out what size I'm going to need. I was just was looking for something else and just happened to be in that same area, and I seen them. And I picked them up. I thought, no, you don't really need those right this second. So I put them back down. And figured I would. Let's go a little crooked there. I want to stay along that right edge and the bottom edge. Don't want to hang over. There we go. Okay. Perfect. I can see I've got just a little tiny fragment of paper that kind of frayed over. So I'm just going to add a little glue and bring that back over. This paper is quite heavy, so a little crack there, but all better now. All right. And then for the top half, you are going to need a piece that is 10 5/8 inches high by 8.5 inches wide. You're going to score it on your 10 5/8 side at 1/2 inch, 5/8 inch, 5 5/8 inch, and 5 3/4. So you'll have a little 1/8 inch gusset at each end there, and it should be just where you have a little bit there so you're not bumping into that. We're going to attach just the 1/2 inch edge to the top edge of our paper here. Oops. Put that down so I have my hand free here. There we go. I have to check underneath there. I keep going underneath. Dang. Tell you, I haven't done gluing in a while. I feel like it's all foreign to me. So I'm going to bring this down so I can see it, and hopefully my head don't get in your way. I'm going to line that right up along that top edge there. Just like that. Let's go ahead and open this up like that. Pressing that just like that. All right. So then what we'll do is we'll use tags in here in the pocket to help hold this flap down. Okay. We'll do that with the decorating part. So be good there. So that's all we're going to do to that page for right now. Nice and simple. In fact, I can take a couple of these pieces of paper here to help hold that closed for right now so it's not flopping around. All right. So then we're going to go to page 22, where we had created this flip here. Okay. What I decided to do was take 2 pieces of cardstock. Now these are, down here, I'll get my book here. I keep track of my pages. So they are 2 1/4 inches wide by 11 inches long. Okay, and I have not scored them yet. I did just do some decorative corner punch on there. You can see that just a little bit, and that is done with my green punch. We are memory keepers. And let's see. So, and you can make these whatever width you want. This was just a scrap, so this is what I used, and I just cut them both at 11 inches. What we're going to do is we're going to run those right in here. Okay, so one here, and then one coming in this way, like so. Okay, so then we just have to decide where we want them to meet. So I'm thinking about right in there, like that. And then we're going to need some gusset. So I am thinking like a 1/4 inch gusset. So I'm just going to kind of hold these together like this, I think. Let's clamp it. Hang on. Let me grab a little clamp here. All right. So we'll just clamp that. So it lays flat. And I'm just going to eyeball it for center. And I'm just going to make a little crease here. And a little crease here. Okay. Let's go ahead and get our scoreboard. And figure out where that is about. All right. That looks like 2 and, let's do 2 7/8. And then let's go 3 1/8. So 2 7/8 and 3 1/8. Turn this one around. I don't know why that one was. That is so odd. It should be about the same. All right, so let's do. That's crazy. Why is that not the same? All right. There. Oh, it's not. But like, you know what? That's fine. As long as they meet up, I don't care. So just like that. So then this one is going to be like at 4 and 4 1/4. Okay. As long as they meet up, it doesn't really matter. All right. So we can take this clip off. So you can use the width you want. You can use the length you want. You just have to mark them and score them. Let me get these burnished just a little bit. I'm just going to do it with my fingers. There we go. Perfect. All right. So let's flip this one up. And we will go ahead and find the center here. So these are 7. So 3 1/2. Let me find 3 1/2 here, there, and 3 1/2 here, there, and we'll find this one here. So this is 2 1/4. So 1 1/8. So that's the center of this one here. And 1 1/8. Center, center. All right. So we're going to put glue here. Okay. Let's lift this up here so I can see. And we want this to line up with this one. Perfect. And my flat edge there. All right. Okay. Looks a little crooked there. All right. Okay. Let's lay that out of my way a second. Maybe this little thing here. Perfect. All right, let's bring you down. And that's going to be a little bigger than you need it down here with this gusset. But once you get pictures and stuff in there, that's going to puff up a little bit. So we're just trying to plan ahead and compensate for that a little bit. And I actually need this one marked here so I can see it better there. All right. So let's go ahead and get our glue on this one. Now today's video might be a little shorter, but tutorial number 2 was quite a bit longer than I like to go. So I apologize for that. I should have cut that one shorter, but you can stop and view and rewind, do whatever you want to do. Okay. Straight. Okay. All right. Close that, close that, close that. There we go. See? Now we'll put a magnet on each of those. And I had them handy here. So go ahead and put a magnet there and there. Okay. All right, let's see here. Oopsie. Thinking about right in here. Okay. Whoopsie. There's a magnet somewhere that's is it that magnet there? Good drawing that good. It's pretty good. It is. Sure is. Oh goodness sakes. Put it on the wrong side. I didn't get enough here. Did not get enough. Sometimes I like these smaller magnets, sometimes more than the big ones. Because some of these littler magnets are thicker and they hold a lot better. Some of them do. Then we will add our other magnet and then we will move on. So let's get this one here like that. Okay. So I want to try to keep my gussets up and down just like that. Line those two up like so. Press, and then I'm just gonna slide it like that. There we go. All right. Perfect. Then we are going to move to our next page here. And this is going to be 3-1. And for this, you are going to need to build. This is my base. Okay. So we're going to start with 2 pieces that are 8 1/4 inches wide by just under 5 7/16. Okay. Just a smidge, just so we have a little gap in between them. And you're going to score them on that short edge at 1/2 inch each. Okay. So these are going to go one at the bottom here. Center. You're going to have about 1/8 inch on each side. And it's just so it doesn't interfere with our other pages we're going to put on top. So we're going to attach those, and you'll see you just have just a tiny bit in between the two, so they're not rubbing up against each other. So let's go ahead and put them down. It doesn't matter which one goes where. Again, I'm going to allow that about 1/8 inch on each edge there. So try to center that just like so. Okay. I'll lift that up. Make sure I don't get all that extra glue that might have squeezed out there. Just like that. Right. And we're going to glue our next one down. Now these ones we want to line up those two, the top and the bottom, this piece and the bottom piece, so that they're even. Okay. All right. So we can see where this one is. And if, let me see if I got let me just stick a piece of white paper in there so you can see too. Okay. So I'm going to come along the top here. Again, I'm sorry if my head gets in the way. Just like that. And up like that and that. Perfect. And you can see there's just a little edge there. Just a little bit between the two, just so they're not interfering with each other when you go to open them. All right. Just like that. Okay. So this will flip up. This will flip down. Now, we also need, where did that go? We need 2 pieces. I'm going to have to find it because apparently I did not write it down there. 2 pieces. Let me just measure them. I'm not seeing what I want to see there. All right. Ruler. Boy, I just feel like I'm so out of it right now. Where in the devil is my ruler? You know, things just disappear. They just vanish. And it's, there it is. All right. All right, so you need 2 pieces that are 10 inches high by 4 and 11/16 wide. 4 and 11/16. Okay. And I know I have this written down somewhere. I know I do. Maybe it's here. Yes, right here. So 4 and 11/16. Okay, so you need 2 of those. Again, they're 10 high by 4 and 11/16. You are going to take those and what did I do? Okay. They're going to get glued inside of here. Okay. Just like that. One on the left and one on the right. All right. Move this up here so you can see better. That textured cardstock is very noisy. Very noisy. These also will have just a little bit of space in between. So we're going to go all the way to that left edge there. And we don't have to worry about this going over top because those are going to be actually underneath. But we want to glue these on top of there. Okay. Perfect. And then this one is going to get glued to this side. There should be just a little space. Just tiny, tiny space. And what I did was I scored at a 1/2 inch and then I slid it over just about a 1/16 of an inch and scored it again just to create a tiny, tiny gusset. So I slid it over and did it on the big side. So it's taken away from the width. I didn't want to take away from the hinge, but I did want that just a little bit. So, like I said, I just slid it over, and I'll show you. So I took it, and I put it in like that, and then I scored at a 1/2 inch, okay? So scored at a 1/2 inch. Then I slid it over to it. It was almost at that again. Almost at that next thing. Made sure it was lined up down here. And then I scored it again. So what you ended up with, and I don't know if you can see that, was not even a 1/16 inch gusset. Just a little tiny, tiny bit. Okay? But I took it off the wider side, so then when it uses that, then it pulls that away from the center, just a tad. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. All right. So again, if I put this under here, then you can see there's just a slight there. Okay? So this goes back in here and closes. Oopsie. Okay. This here. And then this goes like this. All right. Now we need 4 cut at, I should say 2 cut at 4 7/8 high. So these are 4 7/8 inches high. Actually, I think I changed it. So they are 4 15/16. 4 15/16. So just a smidge under 5. They both should be that. Yep. High by 8 15/16. So 2 at 4 15/16. 4 15/16. High by 8 15/16. All right. Then you need 2 that are 4 1/4 wide by 5 inches high. Okay, 5 inches by 4 1/4. 2 of those. Why I didn't do those all the same, I have no idea. But see, that's showing it's the same height. So do these. I think it's just because I wanted that little extra room. Now on these, I placed 2 magnets. So these, see that? They will go together. So place a magnet, okay? Now, you're going to take these like this, okay? And you got to score at a 1/2 inch and again at, so score at a 1/2 inch and again at 4 3/4 for both of these. 1/2 inch, 4 3/4. That's your center. You're going to take those, and one is going to be placed on your upper right hand corner, and one is going to be placed on your lower left hand corner, just like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue those down. So your 1/2 inch hinge. Okay. Upper right, hinge to the right, all the way up in that right hand corner there, just like so. Okay, just like so. Up just a little bit higher, I think. Slide. I wasn't up in that corner far enough, I don't think. I want it right to that edge. There we go. I want it to the edge. There and there. It's got to be right up in that corner. Perfect. There we go. And then this one is going to go down in your bottom left-hand corner. Okay. And then when we get this one done, I think we're going to do the Z fold. What do we got time-wise? Oh, yeah, we're good. Okay. We're doing good. So then in the bottom right-hand corner, lining right up along that bottom edge there. Okay. Okie dokie. Okay, so then you're going to take these 2 pieces and you are going to put them right in the other corners. Okay, so you have one in the upper left and one in the lower right. Okay, now we can do this 2 ways. I think we'll put our magnet on top because we're going to do decorative cardstock and we don't want to have it too many thicknesses, because if I put decorative cardstock on there and then she adds a picture, then we still want our magnets to work properly. So we're going to put the magnet on top. So this is going to go in the lower right hand corner here, just like that. Perfect. And you can see there's just a tiny, tiny bit of dark, just so that they line up. And then this is going to go in the upper left-hand corner. And you can make these any size. You just have to do your math and divide things in half, but you can make them any size. Okay. Perfect. All right. I had, you can see a shiny, maybe you can't see it, but there's a little shiny spot there where I had tried to do my magnet, but I took it off because I wanted to make sure that it lined up when it was in the book so that it wasn't off. Otherwise, it might be a little off. Okay. So now what's going to happen is this is going to be open like this. And this is going to be open like this. And why is that crooked? Why is it crooked? Should be just perfect. There we go. It's a little crooked too. There we go. All right. There we go. There we go. All right. So the page will be open like this. And then you'll open your magnets this way and this way. And then that will allow your gatefold to open. Okay. So let's grab two magnets. And we're going to, one there. One there. Okay. So here we go. And they are going to then be up here. Just like that. Okay. Slide it to make sure it's attached. Good. Good. All right. And then this one. Okay. I'm going to open that. Okay. So it uses a few more magnets than some of our other ones, but that's all right. There. So there we go. So we'll do our decorative cardstock on these. And then that will open this way. That will open this way. We'll open our gate. And that will open this way. And then she'll have more there. And we'll do decorative paper here also. Okay. I have to add another magnet here and there to hold it. I think we'll do that. I think we'll add the magnet there and the magnet there to hold it and it's flipped open. Okay. That will help keep it closed when you're using the other parts there. Get some big thick magnets in there. Again. There we go. Okay. That way when this page flips and stuff, it will hold that closed. See? And it'll stay closed. Okay, perfect. All right, so now we're just going to build our Z-fold card that's going to go in the back panel here. We won't attach it today, but we will get it ready. So let's go ahead and get this out of our way. And we're going to start with our Z-fold. And we need 2 pieces. All right, we need one piece that is 12 inches wide by 9 3/4 inches high. and one piece that is 5.5 inches wide by 9 3/4 inches high. I took my ruler and I made a 1/2 inch line here, so I know where to put my glue. We're going to glue these two pieces together, just like we do for our book cover. So that's a 1/2 inch there. Just like that. Come in here, line that up. You can use your 1/2 inch tape if you like. Okay. Pretty good. And then you have two pieces. One is 3 inches wide by 12 inch, or 3 inches high by 12 inches wide, and 3 inches high by 5.5 inches wide. Again, my 1/2 inch mark there. We're going to go ahead and just attach that. Okay. And this will give us a 17-inch long piece. Okay. And that's what we need to create an 8.5 inch wide piece. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our scoreboard here. We are going to score this at, where's my score? Oh, right here. Score it, and let's score it from this side, I think. I want to do that. Yeah, we can do that. So let's score it at 4 1/4 and 8.5. Okay, 4 1/4 and 8.5. All right. And we're going to do the same thing to this one. I'm just trying to figure out if I want. Yeah, we can keep it the same. So on the long strip, 4 1/4, 8.5. Okay. We are going to fold this in half. Let's get rid of our board here. Fold it in half at our 8.5. Do our score line, and then this folded 4 1/4. And I'm just making sure that my edges are even. So what we have is, we'll have something like this because this will bend backwards, okay? So that's where you get the Z, all right? We just got a very wide one. I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to fold this in half at the 8.5 mark. And then this piece gets folded back at the 4 1/4. Okay. Just like that. Okay. So we have our other Z. Perfect, right? So we need to, I want this to Z fold. I think I want to Z fold this way. Yes, so I want to Z fold that way. All right. So now I think I'm going to bend because I want my dark color facing out. I'm just going to reverse that like that. Okay, not a big deal. We're still going to see all of it, but this is what I want to be my top. And because I want to Z-fold this way in my book, then I want it like that. So we're going to go ahead, and I have pre-cut some decorative cardstock because I want to lay my decorative cardstock down before I attach our other Z-fold part for our pop-up mechanism. So now these are right here. These are for the decorative cardstock, 8 3/8 wide by 9 5/8 high. Okay, and you're going to need 2 of those, one for the back for later. So you're just going to have just a little edge around there. Let me go ahead and smudge this. We're doing good on time. So we're going to be probably at about the hour, just under the hour for this tutorial here. Because we're not going to put on our other decorative cardstock till I figure out my magnets and stuff. Okay. Let's go ahead and put this one down. Oh, goodness sakes. Got a plug in something. Something going on. Let me grab my other one. Clean the tip out of that one. There we go. This one's plugged too. How about that? Yeah, I'm just batting 1,000 today. There we go. All right. Here we go. Okay. So they'll be just about a 1/16 of an inch edge around there, like that. Not much of one. I did it a little. My first cut, I did a little bit smaller, and I just didn't like that bigger edge. So I went with the smaller. There we go. And then these two are 4 1/8 wide by the 9 5/8 high. So 2 of those. It's going to go there. And if you wanted to save a little bit of paper and cut them a little shorter, because this one here is going to have a band over part of it. This one, but I just do the whole thing. Just I don't have to worry about it. Then I don't have to worry about it. Why is that so wide? Too wide. Did I cut that wider? I sure did. Guess that cut the right width. That is so odd. 4 1/8. Oh, 4 3/8. So let me trim this one down. I wasn't paying attention or something there. Okay. 1/4 inch too much. Okay, there we go. All right. Right. No, I want this one on the side here. This one is one of my first cuts. And I'll show you here in a second. Was the first cut, so you can see how it's got a wider bottom, but this is going to get covered up with this, so I didn't see no sense of wasting that one, so that one goes there because it's totally going to be covered up. No one will know. And this part was just from a new cut. So I had cut the big piece first, and then I didn't like the amount of edge there was, so that's why I cut the smaller piece out of that one. And so this one is the same exact length, but yours will be cut all the same length because I already made the mistake and corrected it. Okay. There we go. So it goes like that. Now we need magnet. Put one under there. Let me see if I can get these to work through here. If not, we'll go to a really big one. Where is it? There we go. So, and I want to see how much I can put in between those two and still have them connect. It's pretty good because if I have my decorative cardstock, and then she has a picture on there, I want something very sturdy. So let's do this too. Let's do 3 of them and see what happens. Right. So let's go with the great big ones I have here. All right, just to make sure. These ones are big. I should have put one in before I put this paper down, then I wouldn't have to go as thick. So yeah, those are pretty strong. You see there. Oh yeah, that's got some. All right. So let's do that. So let's put this down on the bottom there. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to do one here, one there. So let's go ahead and tape that down. Actually, I think how do I do that? I think I'm going to add glue because for some reason I think the glue doesn't inhibit as much as the tape. I think the tape is just another barrier. I'm going to press that like that. And then we'll bring this one up. Like that. See that? Squeeze that out. I think for some reason, I don't know. It's just a theory in my head for some reason. I don't know why. All right. So that will hold that. So one on the back side, one on the front side. And it doesn't matter that it's higher up there. And then I think we're going to do one. We can do, I think, one of the smaller ones here. Let me see. Let's go with one of these ones here. There we go. So we'll go with this one here, right there. And this one we're going to tape just so it has time to dry. Okay. I'll put a little glue on there. There we go. Okay. All right. Now we want to add a hinge to this. And so let me bring the book in. There we go. So here's our book. This is going to go on this back inside panel here. So this will open like this, but it will also open this way. So we're going to put a hinge here. Now I have just cut a 1-inch strip, the same height. So this is 9 3/4 inch high. And I've scored this at 1 inch. And we are going to adhere this to this side. So it's flip left. Okay. And I'm doing the dark blue out because that's going to be attached. That way that light will match the light. Okay. Your paper probably won't matter because your paper will probably be all the same color. Mine just happens to be lighter on one side and dark on the other. I'm just going to trim down that little bit of excess I have there. Clean that up. Okay. And then I think we can put on our other piece. So let's go ahead and do that. So now, the short part of this goes, and I'm going to have to flip this too. So I'm going to have to re-Z fold this so that it lines up correctly for me. Let me set this aside a second. All right. So this short part of the Z is going to get glued right down on the left-hand side here. And then this will get glued down on the other side. And they will open up like this. Okay? Just like that. So let's go ahead and attach this small piece here. And I love making these Z folds. To me, they're just the funnest little thing. I like to make them. All right. So I'm going to line this up. Actually, I'm going to fold this right up like this. Just like this. And I'll line up that left-hand bottom corner, my left-hand side. And line it up. Okay, perfect. There we go. Just want to make sure that my edge there. Oops. Okay. Now this is going to get folded back over like that. And we're going to mark the top of this card here just so I know where my glue goes. So I'm going to glue all of this down underneath that mark there. Okay? I don't want to go over that mark. So up to it. and around. Down. Whoops. Didn't need that glue down in there, but okay. Let me open that up and get that glue on there a little bit. There we go. All right. So then this comes over and lines up with this other corner here. Okay, just like that. Perfect. So when you open it, it Z's like that. So you have that nice big box there. And we'll add some stuff to that. And we'll add decorative cardstock along here too the next time. So I think we can go ahead and drop this in there since we're right here. And like I said, it's going to go on our back inside panel. And you know what? I think we're going to wait till the next time. And the reason being is because I want to get a piece of decorative cardstock down here first. So we're going to wait on that. We will add that the next time. We'll add the decorative cardstock first. Then we'll attach this, and we will disguise this a little bit too. Somehow we'll add a strip of the same decorative cardstock to that. Let's see, I got a little spot where it didn't attach there. All right. So I'm going to take a minute to thank you so much for dropping by and following along. As always, a thank you to my subscribers who have been with me for a while. And if you're not a subscriber, please go ahead and hit that red subscribe button down in the right-hand corner. When the bell pops up, if you hit that bell, you'll be notified each time I put up a new tutorial. And as always, until the next time, I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.